this is a solar and battery installation that we've just finished in Gloucester. So we've got a 7 kilowatt array on the slated roof, 2 sets of 8 panels on 2 different sides of the roof, 2 different orientations, 2 different strings. Inverter here, so we've got hybrid inverter, and we've got the Fox 10, well, just over 10 kilowatt hour battery as well. But so we've got this now, which is generating, I think it's about just over 5,000 watts at the moment. So what that means is basically right now the house is pretty much completely off grid. So all of the power that the house needs, all of the demand is being met by the panels. The excess is then being picked up by something called an eddy solar diverter. And what that's doing is heating the water in the immersion tank as much as it can with the excess. For this system at the moment, the way that it's set up is that the solar panels are generating the electricity. The inverter is then turning that into AC electricity. That's serving the house first. Once the house is satisfied, the battery is being topped up. So that's at 100%, and then any excess will then be sent to either the Zappy car charger, which we've just installed, or the eddy diverter. After that's all done and the water heater is satisfactory, so obviously it's reached its temperature, doesn't need any more heating for the time being, then it will start to export back to the grid, and then that's where the client will then get paid for his export, basically. So at the moment we are seeing just climbing up to 5 kilowatts there. Now we're over 5 kilowatts, don't know how well you can see that. The battery's at 99% because obviously the solar has topped the battery up. So that's ready to discharge now tonight when the sun goes down. So obviously he's got a full battery there now, which is ready to discharge. That's just over 10 kilowatt hours. So that will pretty much take him all the way through the night up until tomorrow when it will start to charge again. So we've got our AC isolator here, generation meter. We've decided to hardwire all of the devices. So we've got a network switch here. So we've got the Zappy hardwired, the Fox inverter hardwired via the dongle underneath here. And also we've got the mains coming in for that switch from the router in the house. We've also got functionality for future for EPS, which is basically if there's a power cut, we can run some circuits from this inverter in what they call island mode. So that's potential for future. And then our 2 DC isolators as well. This is the duct we have here. That duct goes underneath these slabs and then across this wall. So we have the new Zappy charger, which is showing actually at the moment that we are exporting 4.6 kilowatts back to the grid. So as and when the client plugs his car in there, he can actually trickle charge the car from the excess solar before that it gets exported back to the grid. So not only is his house demand being met, but he can also charge the car. So that's a bonus for him. So this is the eddy in here, which is our energy diverter. So if I show you the screen there, so that's actually showing max temp reached because all of the excess solar which was being exported, this eddy has picked up that export and decided to heat the immersion tank. And so it's reached and now it is exporting. So if I were to put the kettle on, that would stop exporting and then it would start to supply electricity to the kettle. So if you guys are interested in having a system like this installed, then give us a call. We can get you a proposal sorted. We cater to all roofs, so slate as well as your standard concrete tile, rosemary tiles, etc. So some suppliers are not actually installing solar on slate, which is usually the energy companies. I think they've asked for sort of the cream of the crop, but yeah, if you are after a system, we are local, we're in Gloucester and we serve all of Gloucestershire. So give us a call, we'll come around to do a proper site survey in person and discuss what's going to be best for your particular requirements, because it's not sort of one size fits all. It all depends on your personal usage, your household, what your roof is like and what we can actually fit on it and what the orientation is. So yeah, it's quite in depth, but we can take you through the whole process.